The Wolftimes news desk. Today is 22nd September 2025, Monday. UK, Canada, Australia, Portugal join 140 plus countries supporting Palestinian statehood. US calls recognition performative, reaffirms Israel's security. In a dramatic diplomatic shift, Britain, Canada, Australia, and Portugal announced on Sunday that they now formally recognize the state of Palestine. The coordinated move marks a major departure for four Western nations that have historically stood firmly by Israel and comes amid rising global outrage over the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. The recognition aligns them with more than over 140 other United Nations member states that already back Palestinian statehood. It also raises pressure on other Western countries, including France and Belgium, which are expected to take similar steps during this week's UN General Assembly in New York. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer stressed that the decision was about reviving hope for peace after nearly 2 years of devastating conflict in Gaza. Today, to restore the prospect of peace for Palestinians and Israelis, the United Kingdom formally recognizes the state of Palestine, Starmer declared. He described the situation in Gaza as utterly intolerable, citing Israel's relentless bombardment, widespread starvation, and unprecedented civilian suffering. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney emphasized that recognition was about empowering voices of peace and coexistence rather than rewarding extremism. This in no way legitimizes terrorism. It is a signal of support for those who want a peaceful future for both Palestinians and Israelis, Carney said. Portugal's Foreign Minister Paulo Rangel said the move reflected a long-standing pillar of Portuguese foreign policy, insisting that a two-state solution remained the only realistic path to peace. Australia also confirmed its recognition, calling it a necessary step in keeping alive the possibility of a negotiated settlement. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the recognitions, accusing the Western governments of undermining Israel's security and rewarding Hamas after its October 7, 2023 attack, which triggered the ongoing war. A Palestinian state will not be created west of the Jordan River, Netanyahu said in a statement. Far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir vowed to push for annexation of the occupied West Bank, calling on Israel's cabinet to completely crush the Palestinian Authority. The United States, Israel's closest ally, dismissed the recognitions as symbolic rather than substantive. A State Department spokesperson said Washington's focus remains on serious diplomacy, including securing the release of hostages held by Hamas, guaranteeing Israel's security and fostering regional stability. This response highlights the growing policy divide between Washington and some of its allies in Europe and beyond. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas welcomed the announcements, describing them as an important step towards international justice and coexistence. This recognition will help pave the way for the state of Palestine to live side by side with the state of Israel in peace, security, and good neighborliness, Abbas said. The Palestinian group Hamas also welcomed the move but urged governments to back recognition with practical measures to end the war in Gaza and block Israeli annexation efforts. Palestinians in the occupied West Bank expressed cautious optimism. Sharaf Al-Tarda, a resident of Hebron, said, "It is the duty of every free person in the world to support us during this ordeal. Britain's step has meaning after so many years of our suffering." In Paris, both Palestinian and Israeli flags were raised on the Eiffel Tower, underlying French support for President Emmanuel Macron's expected recognition of Palestine at the United Nations. Currently, nearly 3/4 of UN member states recognize Palestine as a sovereign state. Ireland, Spain, and Norway formalized recognition in 2024, and more European countries are expected to follow this year. Israel, however, has made clear it would resist such moves, even considering further annexation of occupied territories. Netanyahu is expected to outline Israel's formal response upon his return from the United States, where he is scheduled to meet President Donald Trump. You are listening to the Wolftimes. For more updated news, please visit our website and subscribe to this channel. Do like and share this video and let us know what you think about this issue in the comment section.